Good evening, everyone, and welcome to ILR2 Season 6, Round 16 here at the Russian GP. You are joined by Joe this evening, so Rapids can't make it, so I'm streaming. I have remembered to turn past broadcast on, which is good. And joining me today is James. Hello, James.
Good evening, Joe. I'm very much looking forward to this race. The championship battle is back on after York's fantastic strategy last week in Singapore. So he's closed the gap, and hopefully, for the sake of entertainment, he will close it again today, or at least Danny won't get too many points on him.
No, so I think the gap has been reduced to, I believe, 20 points. The standings haven't been updated fully, but after Jordan's fantastic win last time out in Singapore, I do believe he did a zero stop.
Yes, he did, in the full wet conditions. Danny and Mike said that wasn't possible on the wheel. Whether that was the case or whether that Jordan, as we know, is very good at his tires, and whether him and Pigeon just pulled off a masterclass is up for debate. But yeah, him and Pigeon did a no stop, and Danny was unable to get past at the end, which left York a 10-point gain on Danny in Singapore. And as we said, the gap now down to the 20 points. And Danny has the lap on the board of 31-2, actually 2 tenths off you. And I've mentioned Nathan on the ball, he's turned in a bit too early to the third last corner, and he bounced off the wall there and got on the outside. York first lap, not representing whatsoever, so he's clearly made a mistake somewhere there.
Well, you never know. In this case, I thought he had a bit of an engine glitch there, but I think that's just the game having a bit of an odd volume there. So yeah, it was. I mean, as I say, you see the race last time out, and you spectated and commentated on it. I didn't really see it. I just knew the result. I fell asleep quite early, to be quite honest. That's what I did last Friday. Perfect plans, absolutely perfect. But yeah, it was very good. As I say, I think the resurgence of Danny and his pace to get that lead in the championship. I think a lot of people might have been thinking, oh, it's Danny's to lose now. You know, it should be easy. You know, but it's races like that which just make you think Jordan's there. He's not going to give up, and it should be an interesting spectacle across the last 6 races of the season. Starting with this one, let's say the Russian GP, probably not a fan favourite of a track. It's a decent track to drive. I mean, I would say it's decent. Would you say, James, it was alright?
Yeah, I'm not a massive hater of the track like some people. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourites, but yeah, I don't mind racing around it. I did quite well there in the past 2 seasons ago when we raced here. It was not me who did the winner, it was Calzeri, but I was on the podium that day. Calzeri obviously not with us for the second half of the season, and Jamie, who finished second, also not in the league anymore. So it'll be a completely different podiums to when we raced here 2 seasons ago. And over the next hour and a bit, we'll find out who's going to be standing on those top 3 steps come the end of 22nd laps, and whatever penalties for broadcasting need to be applied, because there will be some.
There will be a lot. I'll say, I do believe this is the track, if I'm not mistaken, where we probably had our first actual battle in league racing. Our first proper one. I would say it was this one. Was it round 4 back then?
Round 4, yeah. We both got taken out by lag in Australia. I started the back in China. You got taken out by Porsche Crab in Bahrain, and yeah, we were battling.
Cheers, Porsche, if you're watching.
We were battling for the win.
I still remember that.
Russia, after the Simon Barr put it in the wall for a comfortable lead. I think we did a 0 stop to the race, whereas everyone else came into the pit, so we were comfortably ahead, and I marginally came out on top by half a second. Yeah, that was the start of the season-long battle for the championship. I didn't come out on top in that one.
I did, and I'm ashamedly used the line for a little bit of it. So I apologise for my insecurities back then. I'm a lot better now. Well, I wouldn't say in terms of pace, but I don't need a colory thing telling me where to go. That was a very nice cut there by John. Yeah, I swore a lot of Porsche that day in Bahrain, and I still do now. You still can't drive if you're watching this back. But, you know, fantastic person.
Yeah.
Moving on to
the first round has been relatively uneventful, apart from you and Danny set early pace and no one was really able to match it. Hans and Tesla closed, whereas everyone else not setting particularly quick laps or invalidating it, or in the case of John H and Mexi's going on the medium side, which is a bit of an interesting one, because this track is historically very low in terms of tyre wear, so I'd have thought a soft to medium strategy would definitely be possible, but maybe they think medium soft has some benefits to it, or maybe they just don't have that many soft tyres, so they're doing a slice run on the mediums at the start of the session. And we've also got a new driver this week, in the Red Bull. He's a reserve yesterday, so he's making his debut in Tier 2, and he was also unable to put a lap on the board in the first run.
Yeah, maybe just getting his eye in there, don't really know. As I say, it is a really bad track for corner cutting, track extending. It's very easy to get invalidated and get penalties around here, so expect a lot of that in the race. Let's say the only other interesting part probably about the first one was Nathan Aitken putting it in the wall, which I didn't catch. Which is a bit unfortunate, but
he seems to have blamed Mike in the chat, and I've also been given a whimper that Ewan's got some suspicious sector times. So his sector one is a 31.6, whereas Danny's is a 32.8, and they're
31.
Yeah.
That's it.
Whereas his middle sector
what's
is,
everyone else?
Danny's a 32.8, Antima's is a 32.9, and Dazzler is also 32.9. However, Ewan's middle sector was a 33.0, which is now beaten by 1.2 seconds, whereas Danny's was a 31.7. But I think there's been some glitch with the sector splits on Ewan's first lap. Which, yeah, he was quite laggy last week. So that may be something to do with that. He doesn't improve on his second run. He's actually 4 seconds off the pace, so I don't know if he he backed out in the last second. He did.
He's very lucky.
Yes.
Let's see if he does anything suspicious through sector 1 then. He doesn't really get the best line, but
might be like that. Danny's 2 tenths up though, looking to challenge you in time. So he's unable to improve, coming through sector 3 through the chicane now. Get the car straight on the exit and avoid that wall, which doesn't stick out as much as he's doing now into the final 2 corners. Then he opts for 4 of them, not too much under there. His ERS deployment limit has been really tricky. Comes through the final board now on power, and he's beating by 300th of a second there. 31.0 as well, but slightly quicker than he was 31.0, and Danny, the pace setter in the middle of the session here on the provisional part.
yeah, I'm just going back on board viewing because he was starting a lap. I was just making sure he wasn't doing anything naughty from sector 1. Let's say it was a bit of lag positive split complete from sector 2. But it says he's 1.2 down.
Oh, he's cut that too. His ERS is on only for double level 2, so I think he's backed out.
Is Aaron on that? He's on a reasonable ERS use.
Okay,
oh, gee, Aaron! What was that? We've all seen that. Come on. That was poor. Is Mike on the lap?
No, that, yeah, he is. He had a 4-1 and he's 1.3 down, so that's done.
Jordan, are you on a lap? No, you're 3.7 seconds down. How have we missed everyone? John's on a lap. Yes, John.
We're set on the medium. So that's not as much as exactly 1 second up to the second sector. That's more likely that will put him into the 131, and there'll be more time to gain with the tight twisty sector 3, as he's not got a better traction through that left-hander. As can he avoid cutting? He's missed apex, but that's probably better than cutting it. He's been out of very poor line through there, which will cost him a bit of time down this short straight towards the development corner. He all starts to push the arm down the third move, and he gives himself the widest second obstacle into the last corner towards the line for 31.3. That's a very competitive time, and it does in fact put him in third, just behind Danny and Ewan at the moment. So John's first run was set there quite a quick time.
Yeah, he's definitely got enough time to get back in the pits and have another go at it. So maybe, you know, that was his plan all along, to get a sight on the mediums and then just go for it on softs, maybe preserving another set of soft tyres for the race, maybe.
Yeah,
just in case, you know, you have a safety car.
As Ewan disconnected, his lag, trying to get him back in.
Ward with Cheryl Paolo, he's fractionally down on his first sector time, running a bit wide through turn number, I don't really know the turn number 3, I think it was 5.
Yeah.
That's 6. I think this is 7 and 8. I don't really know. It's just a car park with some lines on this track. I don't actually have a clue. I think that's turn 9. I think I know where I am. It's really very wide. Makes him a lot of corners. I'm not sure how lenient this particular game is on the track limits, because in the past it has been lenient, and in some cases been really strict. He is fractionally up, but he is not really intense there, James. Before the watershed, can't be doing that.
My
yeah,
apologies.
Sector 3 is not really.
Oh, the picture much is spun it. Coming
Whoa.
into the DRS straight in the middle sector, just got up on the curb, bit too greedy on the throttle, and that's another run from Mr. Pigeon. Actually, he's been on these tires for 6 laps. What is he doing? He's using quality as a practice session, but I imagine he'll head back in the pits now and put on a fresh set of tyres, which he can actually do a hot lap on. But he's only going to give himself one shot at a good qualifying position, which could prove to be costly, especially with how easy it is to invalidate that track on this track.
Yeah, VSR Umpy or Umpy, I'm not sure how you would say that. He is rounding the final couple of corners now, but his time is not going to be competitive by any stretch of the imagination. Is he going to get that one on the board? Nope. He's going to go for it here. So let's go on board with him. Let's go.
No, let's not.
No, let's not, because we're tied for the session.
Numeric Birch is on the lap next to him on screen time with his first race. He's the sector 3 now. On the mediums, but we'll let him do that. If he doesn't do this that low, he probably won't have any time to do a lap on himself. So he's also not using it. So I'm going to guess he's coming into the pits. He's also yet to have a valid lap on the board along with Fisher Munch, and again they who are both out of the session. So we're sort of in the gap now between the middle runs ending and the last one starting. People are on their out laps now. Although Ansmel's just started that on 4 trips.
Next Sifa is probably the furthest round on a proper lap. He's about to finish the first sector now. He is a 10th up on his best yellows in sector 1. Not sure if that's just people slowing potentially at the first corner, getting out of the way. We'll go with Sifa, who is got a really lively Ferrari, it seems, through these corners. He's chucking it in at a great rate of speed. And the car is sort of sticking. So let's see where this puts him. Let's say down to the DRS straight now. Definitely a good opportunity in the race to overtake. Say this track on this game is good for racing. In real life, with real life physics, not so good, as Sifa is 4 tenths up through the last sector now, through the sort of chicane part there, another chicane. Is he going to cut this or go wide? I say James prefers to go wide. He's clipped that pretty nice actually, not left himself too bad of an angle through the second part of that, which is really where you lose a lot of time. Quite a couple of corners and a bit wide there on a penultimate corner. Can he get that more into the apex? The last one a bit hesitant turning in, but he goes 6 fastest 36, decent. Probably can't set another one, but it's pretty good. Yellow sector 3 is going to be slow, isn't it?
That's because it's kept up in the first sector. I'm not going on board with you. He's lagging and he's 4 sectors down or something. So that's just
Gran.
Yeah, he's the 10th up. That'll move him up 1 place. But he's wide through turn 8, and he's invalidated. He will be able to get around though, so we'll come back to it maybe. As Ansmel's in turn 1 at the moment. I think he's going through it, but he doesn't have much ERS, so I might have to save some on the end of the lap. But I think he's unable to improve on his first lap, but he's going again down to turn 4. He needs third bit to get past, and then he needs the exit curve, but not too much when he head down towards the end of sector 1. He's slightly down, but he can make that up for the rest of the lap. But he's really going to struggle to get only 20% ERS, I think. That will cost him. Danny improved by 2 tenths. It's completely just that Ansmel's ruined his lap there. And Danny is well clear of the field as it stands. John H just backed out of his run. Is there anyone else on the lap? Just starting another one now. I'm not sure if anyone else is on the competitive lap at this stage. Ansmel's just backed out.
I think people are starting them potentially. Paolo's on one and getting a useful slipstream actually off Ansel. So that's going to boost his second sector time. Really is only on by a 10th. As he goes into sector 3, Jork's in the midway through the lap. Pigeon Munch has just started one. I'm just going to try to say who is near the end of the lap. Joe Paolo's near the end of the lap. sitting in 8th place here. Can he improve? So he's a 10th though, so he can potentially get ahead of Mike as it stands at the moment. Any extra improvement I don't think might happen. But he's going to come across the line now. Oh, improves by 4 tenths, so he does only improve 1 position though at the moment. Antaraz retires.
Mike's up by
Probably
in the first sector. But nearly 3 tenths in the middle sector. I want to take that P7 back and maybe P6 as well, depending on how good his last sector is. I think the fight for pole is truly over. I think Danny saw that one wrapped up as Mike negotiates the well. Short jumps up to stick with a late 31.6 there to jump him higher up in the top 10. So we'll be reasonably happy with that. I think he's definitely not thinking he had the pace going as this one. Mike comes from the final corner now, and his pace is dropped by 7 thousandths of a second to take 6th of himself. And that's his 2 tenths up. Will he be able to get into the top 3 here if he has a boost step through across the line? You go second actually, he beats Ewan, and that is your grid and Lex Ewan. Oh no, Ewan's half a second up, but he's
cut though.
Will the game let him get away with it and take pole? No. He would have taken pole by 3 tenths as well, but that part of the perfect one there cost him there. He's still third, but he did be slightly hard up as a late improvement as well, so especially Pigeon Mike jumped up to 10th on the medium for the 1 minute 33.333. And we are done with qualifying. Danny takes pole, but maybe lucky to do so with doing some validation for that.
Yeah, you did not have to do it. I mean, I think it's just right where he had more than enough time in hand to get that pole. He probably wouldn't have known that, but so costly. I mean, he starts 3rd, which in a way, around this track, is probably a good thing.
Yeah. Well, we saw it in real life. Was Vettel 2nd or 3rd in real life when he got past the
was 3rd on the grid.
So yeah,
Bottas was 3rd a couple of years ago as well.
So yeah, it's a very long
There's
run.
your grid.
The first proper breakers over here. I should probably go through the grid. Danny on pole, Aaron Johnson on the front row. You were missing out with that invalidation. Sean actually 4th, could improve on an earlier lap. Antma's 5th, Mike 6th, just pipping Jaw. Next Leafer, good performance from him in 8th, but not many lap times below that. Joao Paulo 9th. Pigeon Munch was easier on the mediums, and the rest were unable to set a time. But yeah, as you say, very long run down to the first proper braking zone. So getting a good start is crucial. Danny needs a good start if he wants any chance of maintaining the lead, but even then, the chances are slim with the slipstream that 2nd and then especially 3rd and back can get. But also, with such a long run, there's also the chance for contact into turn 1, which drivers, especially in the midfield, will be aiming to avoid because that can ruin your race, especially if it's a standard 1 stop. You don't want to have to be pitting on lap 1, and Ewan has disconnected again, and I'm not sure if his car will still be there. If it is, he might be able to get back in. Yeah, well, we'll see if his car's there on the formation lap, but that is unfortunate, but his connection not fancying it tonight, clearly.
Oh, that is a shame. To say he was decent for that qualifying, but he probably would have been a bit of a hazard to the cars around him, to be quite honest. I would not have wanted to race against him and would use many expletives to describe his lag if I was behind or indeed in front.
Ewan's just said he's left because people were saying his lag was too bad, so no one in 3rd on the grid. Clear spot, so that will ease the pressure off Danny slightly, but obviously that's a shame for Ewan, but I respect him leaving based on lag. Not many people would do that. Most people would just say get on with it. I certainly remember a few people from the other side of the world who expect to be able to race Europeans cleanly back on F1 2017
and 16
and 16
as well. We won't mention names, but no, you know who you are, you weird. Anyway, moving on. Looking at a tyre choice for people, I mean, there's not really many people outside the top 10. Of course, Mr. Pigeon mentioned has set his best time on the mediums, and he is 10th. In fact, did he qualify 11th or 10th?
No, he didn't qualify
11th.
No,
he did qualify 10th.
If you look at the screen,
oh right,
on the
there's
left,
no
it's
number 3.
1, 2, 4. So,
honestly, I didn't even notice
in that way.
Wow.
Great.
But you can't do turn 19 at Abu Dhabi.
No, there was also one at, I don't know what corner it is, the hairpin at the start. So it's a 3 in Singapore last week, which brought to an end a couple of people's races. Ewan's back, but his car's not here, so you can watch the race.
I remember being taken out by an invisible barrier. There's a couple around Singapore. There's one in Sector 2 where the old sling used to be. I got taken out by that. I've seen people taken out at turn 5 by an invisible wall sticking out.
Yeah.
But Singapore was last week.
Yeah. Russia.
Yes.
And Danny is around the final corner at the end of the promotion lap. It's a free space in third position, but Danny and Tesla on the front row, 27 laps ahead. Anything could happen. Probably a one, but you never know. Could rain. Probably not. Have to wait and see.
Let's say the tyre choice, we didn't even get on to that. As say Ziza and Nathan Aitken choosing the mediums, umpiring, Merritt Birch picking the softs. Probably going to be soft to medium soft, whatever way you look at it. Danny is going to be looking to protect his championship lead as he starts on pole here. What an awful broadcast camera this is, as the lights come on now for the Russian Grand Prix. 3 lights and away we go. I'm not really sure what happened there. Danny does get an incredible launch actually away from Aaron Gasly. He's really streaking away there. So John slots into that 3rd place. Any contact behind through turn 1? No, not really. Into the first proper braking zone. Danny defending. Aaron going to try and go around the outside. There's a Renault braking really late in the midfield there. McLaren going wide. That would be Jork, who's not going to keep position going around the pollard. And well, it's Mr. Pigeon Munch who broke really late, arrived really late on the scene. I'm not sure if that caused any potential damage. He's looking on the inside of the throw of Nathan Aitken behind, but he can't really do much about that. Merritt Birch getting a really good start in his 10th place out, up a few positions. And Jork, the championship challenger today, getting an absolutely awful start, maybe getting punted around. It's not really like him to really outbrake himself. But yeah, I don't think anyone's potentially got damage. If it is, it might be Mr. Pigeon Munch. I didn't really see anything. But let's get the gaps up here of everything else. So, Danny's had a good start. And let's say he's got that 4/10 lead. John is following close behind Aaron Dazzler. In third there. It's a position change going on between Nathan. Oh!
And he's white out in his RMP. And now he's spun off.
Oh, he's wiped himself out.
And that was Nathan being too aggressive. It was never making the corner. He's left the section in rage. Nathan will probably retire as well, because that's probably what he does. And yeah, he was pretty aggressive into turn 1. He was up 5 places, but he just completely overcooked it coming into whatever corner that is at the end into the second DRS straight. He does come into the pits. We'll see if he retires or if he victims and we try to be protecting the race point. Still very much on the drugs here, but Nathan just either missing his braking point or taking the braking a lot later than he could, which I guess is in essence the same thing. He puts on what I assume are the hard, and they'll probably go to the end if he wants. So not race over, but it's an uphill battle for Nathan here, and it was unfortunately as well. He would have had a very good start. He would have 6 places up into 6th. Yeah, those two basically out at the moment, just get and bring it back later. But at the moment, Danny has a 7/10 lead over Dazzler, and Dazzler needs to keep that under a second if he wants to have any chance of sticking with the Mercedes once DRS comes into it. John also in the second of the Red Bull, and Antler's not far back either, but then Mike is over a second behind the racing point, so maybe the top 4 will be able to break away as DRS is enabled this time by as Jork fights his way back to the field, helped out by the commission, and he is back up to 7th, past Mr. Pigeon Munch, who obviously has to tie his advantage at this stage. Jork back where he started, but maybe thinking what could have been after he was, I assume, forced off at turn 2 as he had to take the safe roads through the bollard and did not do what Nikita Mazepin did in the F2 race and absolutely floor it, which dropped him a few positions on the first lap. Then he's up to the lap again, but he's not got Aaron out of the DRS. So I think he's hit on the straight, and indeed he does. So Aaron's done what he needed to do. He's able to stick with Danny, and now he should be towed along as long as he doesn't make any major mistakes, which he's always done. Turn 1 he's run a bit, or turn 2 rather, run a bit deep there. But the curb, I don't know if you get a warning for that these days. But yeah, he stayed in the DRS, and this could be a battle brewing depending on how good Daniel Pace is in comparison to the Red Bull.
Yeah, it was interesting. Aaron gained about 3 or 4 tenths there in the DRS and really too far back. John made an even bigger mistake through it's turn 2 and 3. We have to be technical. It is turn 2 and 3, but I get what you mean. As everyone's deciding to run wide through turn 7, I don't really know, to be quite honest. You can see the corners on your screen. I don't really know. They don't have names. It's not an historic track. They're all the same.
As Nathan picks up a penalty for his troubles. Not a good first 3 laps for him whatsoever. But John has been dropped. Maybe the mistake contributing to that. He didn't have DRS on that straight, and still managed to outrate himself. So Anthony will be very hungry on the back of him, wanting the podium after what was frankly a shocking race last week in Singapore. Is the yellow flag on the top position. I don't know what Anthony did with the setup last week, but he had no grip whatsoever. Just constantly spinning up the tyres, and he was over 2 minutes off the lead coming in with it. But the dry race, the rush seems to be suiting him better, and he will have DRS on John this time, who was just over a second behind Dazzler, so he won't have it, but Anthony half a second back, so it's unable to do anything for the moment. But John will just get further and further back from Dazzler, and if Anthony has the pace there, he'll start to try something in the coming laps. But there's a two-way battle for first, 2 battles for third, and then everyone else the way that's a bit spread out, and it's 6th and 7th.
Interesting, I was on board about this last there because he looked like he might have been closing that gap. He did not turn his DRS using it at all. I think he's happy where he is at the moment. He did not want to attack. I'm not sure if Aaron was doing the same thing. Sales on board, and he just had a bit of hair there.
Yeah.
Real big snap of oversteer. Actually, a really good save. We'll give him that, but just losing momentum. It's a real momentum track, this. It's never so much corners which you can gain a lot of time, it's corners which just lose you a lot of time, and if you lose your little bit of rhythm, you've lost like half a second a lap. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but all sort of flow into each other, and as you were saying about Aaron, he has 94% DRS, Danny has just below 50, so Aaron also taking the DRS. John picks up an early penalty, and that's not what you want to be doing, so that will come to bite him back, especially picking up this one early on. That's usually a sign of more to come, as pretty much Chao Paulo are battling over 8th and 9th. And Antipas also picked up a penalty, so that nullifies a double penalty to extend the puts Mike in net 3rd place at Stanford. That's the price from Antipas. He's usually pretty clean when it comes to track limits and penalties. He hasn't got one to as massive as he's back with the victories, and he's picked up another one here, but as you mentioned before, this is one of the biggest corner crossing tracks on the calendar, probably along with Mexico and Dakota, all to come in future weeks, and obviously Canada as well. So we'll see a lot of penalties there next season. Andy Merrick adds to the list, and we're only on lap 5.
I'm glad we're not drinking every time someone gets a penalty. I would not be alive right now. We're only 5 laps in. Yeah, it is. As I say, I've just been on board the battle between Chao Paulo and his pitchman. Chao Paulo on the last lap through sector 3 went a bit wide into that chicane in sector 3. Not the heavy braking zone one, you know the other one I mean.
Yeah.
The left right instead of the right left. I don't know the corner numbers that well. I think it's turn
13.
14 and 15?
Something like that.
Maybe.
We'll go with it.
I don't know. We'll go with that. And he just went really wide there, and it was a bit of after you between him and Mr. Pigeon Lunch, and he got him back on the straight bit. Chao Paulo say he does have the soft tyres, which wouldn't be degraded much for this stage at all. In fact, I very much doubt they're going to drop off pace too much until around that. Very high numbers, 8, 9, 10.
I reckon we're almost halfway through the race when you'll be putting on the mediums to do half the race on soft tyres, full fuel, and before qualifying that says volumes about how little tyre wear there is around this track. So Galvada pulling away from pretty much got DRS this time, but it's maybe the last time it's Michael to pick up a penalty. So Galvada definitely has the superior tyres for the time being. Pretty much strategy will come into its own, maybe hoping for a safety car run or a car run to help him out, but that's very unlikely. We didn't see a safety car at all last week in Singapore in the heavy rain. We haven't seen one since Hungary, maybe, but I think so. Safety car not very common on F1 in 2019, but you never know. This is the second straight track the rules are pretty close, so there's the possibility that no one crashed out yet from the left on his own accord. And Nathan obviously didn't destroy his car in his dive-bomb attempt.
Sorry to interrupt you, he's fine, he turned his ERS up. John's actually going to be fighting back on the outside. And Izzy there on the inside. Antimaz leaves in the room, leaves in the space, but Antimaz gets ahead. I've got a fear Antimaz is the quicker of the two, and you look at the gap now between second and third. Danny and now does have not been battling, just steadily pulling away. Danny slipstreaming now, and I think they've potentially been working a little bit together, not intentionally, dropping into the 3-second penalty. Not intentionally, but they've been pulling away from this lead group. So,
Jordan
is this penalty related to running wide?
No. I did. George actually changing the wing. George changing the wing, so something's gone very wrong there. As we go back to the back of the third, John's got it back. And first, John's got it pulled up a bit from the penalty. Went to the far inside, into 5, gets the apex nicely, and John has no way back on the exit. So I'm assuming John really passing down into turn 2, but Anthony's got it done again now, and we'll hopefully be working to pull away, but the gap now up to 4 seconds. Another second has been added as Anthony's actually closing the gap from the second, but that's the choice of the penalty club, and I think it's top 7, and I think pretty much everyone in the penalty already, maybe with the exception of Danny and maybe next to Fair. So it's just crazy songs for them. I'll try them 1 second.
Oh dear, what a brilliant ringtone. Have your phone on silent, man. But yeah, I didn't really go on board with the DRS cast into turn 2, but anyone who was actually watching on board did see the battle through turns 3, 4 and 5 between Antimaz and John. You would suspect John might try and mount an attack into turn 1, but the gap is sort of forming. Antimaz does look the quicker of these two. At the front, you say there is that 8/10 gap. Now up to about 9/10. It's almost drifting to a second. Aaron does need to be careful here. He is deploying a lot of energy. He does have a lot saved compared to Danny. He has about half the battery. But yeah, he can close that gap with the arrow slightly. He's got to be careful he makes a touch, as he does make a bit of a mistake there into 2 and 3. John really closing up going back around to us there. Very surprising that he's able to Mr. Pigeon Munch and João Paulo take 3 or 4. Mr. Pigeon Munch getting that done nicely into turn 1 and 2. His mediums probably coming onto the same playing field as the softs now, as they do degrade a little bit, but not too much. John, close proximity to Antimaz, these two probably going to be in battle for the podium this, but they are allowing Mike to get a little bit closer. That gap, which was around 2 seconds. Oh, what's happened?
He had a huge oversteer, just locked. God knows what tyres. By the looks of things, most of them in turn 5, and there's a lot of opposite lot going on to basically drift through the corner. He did say that Bade's shots well off the back of Pigeon Munch, and Pigeon Munch is now securing that turn place. People that shouts back in this video. No warning. Everyone else has at least one, and everyone apart from him, Danny and João Paulo had penalties. Pigeon Munch has kept it very clean in the first 8 laps, and that will come back to pay dividends at the end of the race. Especially if lots of people are picking up like 2 or 3 penalties. And if he picks up one, then he can gain a couple of positions and not actually have to pass people on track, which is what I actually did when I got my podium in 2 seasons ago. I finished 5th on track, but immediately finished 3rd and 4th at penalties that I didn't, which meant I was able to bring home the podium. So Mr. Pigeon Munch continued for the remaining last time we find that which got Palace taking into line there, because Andy, his tyres seemingly gone. He was sliding into the one on the front, and he's dropped over 1.5 seconds of the battery. John Mitch and Anthony back at it again. John ran outside of turn 2, and unbelievably, despite everything we were predicting, he's managed to stay with us for multiple laps and return their attack, and we passed the racing back into the podium position. Mike is now also on the scene within Antimaz's DRS, and this has now become a 3-way battle between John and Antimaz's battling.
I think what will be interesting to know is when these are going to pick, well, the pick window will be any time really now, but would it necessarily be an undercut at this stage going into the mediums? I'm not so sure, because it might take a little while to heat up.
Maybe. But that's Charles now almost back in the second position, which is the American Electric Side second energy. So maybe Charles just needed a lap or half a lap or whatever to cool the cars down, and now he's back in it. So yeah, I don't think that undercut would be effective for a lap or so. Maybe putting lap 10 or 11, he might be able to undercut as long as he stays out a lap longer. But Ant-Man's once again very close to the Haas and John, and he'll be looking to repass him on the pit straight. And now you can't really sit back as much because Mike is never know. The undercut
leaders are in.
Ant-Man is in, as are Danny and Dazzler. So Danny went in and Dazzler has been decided to follow. So Adrian Zini was staying up a little bit slightly earlier than as Dazzler has been released into the path of Ant-Man. That was interesting on my screen, but Linus, as it was at the front, Danny maybe getting slightly long first lap and it's up behind them. Charles Paolo also and yeah, that might be the second, and there's Lexi Zoo between them. So Antipas has really held up Dazzler there, even though it looked like he got released inside of him. That is really possible. That's, well, over 2 seconds back, and we're actually for the Indies, well, that's like the penalty anyway, but Danny could have picked it up as well, but Danny's got a huge advantage here, and a buffer of Lexi Zoo, who won't be particularly quick. I mean, he's not needed for the stop, so it could be slower, but definitely got us because Linda will be on there, fresh beatings, and Danny has a chance to bolt here, and he's definitely making most of it. The gap's already well over 2 seconds, over 2.5 even, and Danny having a chance to secure the win pretty much at this stage. If he doesn't make any mistakes from here on out, it's very difficult to close back in the gap when you drop down to the rest, and that's it. He does have the ERS to do it if he wants to do it. He'll get easy passing back to you here, who technically doesn't quite go through, but the damage may well have been done again. As we see now, 2.5 seconds. Does have 90% ERS, Danny only with 30, so not impossible, but that's at least dealt with it as John is picking up a silly penalty for being in the pit lane, which will be a stop go. He won't serve it this time. He'll get added on to his race time, but maybe getting caught out by the 37-mile-an-hour speed limit down this track. As he gets on the centre medium as well, and remains ahead of Mike next to there, also in the pit, which is pretty much on the mediums to take over the medium quickly. And Daniel Foyer in second with Dazzler in third, and we see that these two come out in comparison to Ant-Maz, where it's the race we want. He's past Michael Ray, he's past John. He's not going to think he'll get a 16 road down towards turn 2. Will it be enough? Will he be able to outbreak the whole time of the Haas? John actually breaks things, but I guess we have the lowest speed competitive, but Ant-Maz set up beautifully for the cut back out of turn 2, round the outside of turn 3 now. John has the inside line back inside to the edge of the track inside of turn 4 if he's close enough, and indeed he does. But John's still holding it round the outside, and he still has to secure the traction. Still stuck by the side of the head down to turn 1. He gets the bad straight and he's stuck on the lead of the ELR, and we should be able to squeeze John out on the exit, and Ant-Man is getting the move done, I think. And yeah, I'll call that move done now, but John may well have him straight back on the next DRS straight. But it's a good entertainment there, side by side through the area to the track. You don't normally go side by side through, as John is getting very wiggly on the exit of turn 8, which is a really new chances of him passing. Yep, English. I lost the English language for a bit there. That's for 2 as defensive, but nothing to do with John there. As Mike's actually 2 seconds back for some reason. I thought he was a bit closer than that, but he'll catch up again as he's battle. As you know, Birch still out there on the soft tyres, for some reason I expect he'll get this lap. He's in a battle with Lexi Zoo over what I think is 10th, but then he's at the first lap. Is Dazzler able to match it? No, he's off 3 tenths on this lap. Danny pushing despite not having much ERX and extending the gap as Birch does indeed pit. But then will catch pretty much probably before he pits, and pretty much caused him so many problems last week, but Luxury and Singapore are very different, and John H does move past Ant-Maz on the pit straight. So this has been a cracking battle for what is third, but John obviously has an extra 5 second penalty in comparison to both Ant-Maz and Mike, so that may cost him coming the end of the race, as he is up into 5th, which is 3rd when everyone does their pit stops for the moment. But as far as there and Mike closing as well, with also the traffic of Mexizu coming up, which they'll both have to get past and negotiate. I think it's going to pick up his 4th penalty.
Take a breather, James. Take a breather for a moment. Take a drink. Do whatever you need to do. That was a whole 2 or 3 laps on the go there. I don't know how you've done that. Not at all. Better say, it has been a really interesting battle, John, Antsmaz, and you would say Mike is included in that as they get past Mexizi. Do they both get past the Toyota driver? No, I believe only John has. So John maybe has the potential. Oh, as Mexizi just did he touch it? I don't really know. I don't really see that very well.
So yeah, there was just like that. I think Zizi may have been getting out of the way, whereas that's picking up his 2nd penalty. So that's well and truly race off, as he does set the fastest lap in the process, which he then needs to merge on with the double DRS lap. But only now effectively nearly 9 seconds ahead. So Danny in a very strong position, and Mike can also get past Max.
Yeah. As I say, penalties going to be raced to follow. I mean, he's got to be careful. I know John and Antsmas have penalties as well, but he's got to be careful around and just keep picking them up and up and up, that he might even potentially lose, you know, his effective 2nd place. I'm not sure he doesn't actually have a penalty instead. I think it is just Danny and Zizou. Pitcher Munch. And he's leading the race. That is brilliant that he is yet to pit. The safety car right about now would be fantastic for this race. Say, whoever's the host could do with having a crash, because we do know about that.
I don't think that's the wants to throw away his potential podium, as John picks up more 3 second penalty, which takes his total up to 11 seconds. So if he's not careful, he'll be in danger of leaving out the Mexico there. The American production picks up his 3rd time penalty as well in last place, even behind Davidson. Oh
dear me, this is going to become a mathematical battle more than a race long one. Oh,
his 5th penalty. He's going to disqualify if he's not careful. Danny has caught pretty much. He might not pass this straight, but it's probably only a matter of time.
Probably will. Mr. Pitchmunch is using his energy deployment. That is fantastic. So he probably won't get him for the end of this straight. No, he doesn't. But I can imagine Danny's going to get past really quick. I can't imagine Pitchmunch is going to put up too much of a fight. I think Mr. Pitchmunch is waving him by actually on the inside of 3. And I can't imagine he's going to be on Danny's inside. Oh, he is battling for the lead. I wasn't expecting that, and I don't think Danny was either. He didn't see it coming, mind you. Around the outside of 5, Mr. Pitchmunch is still battling in this one. Oh, it's a bit of time. Oh, God. I'm a bit surprised at this, as Danny's going to get a cut back here. And that should be moved on, as Danny does move across in front of Mr. Pitchmunch into the break zone. I don't think Mr. Pitchmunch got damaged, but that was quite aggressive defending there. I think Danny maybe a little bit frustrated being held up there by Mr. Pitchmunch. He's held down in them matters. Can't imagine Pitchmunch is going to be close enough to get him back even with the slipstream DRS. It has allowed Aaron to half the gap near enough between each other on track, even if penalties do mean it's a bit of a false battle. So yeah, wasn't really expecting that from Pitchmunch, but there we go. Danny's had to work for it, as there has been a change for 7th, 8th and 9th. I think Mexizi being overtaken by his friend Mr. Patrick Mexifa and also João Paulo as well. Them 2 battling over 7th place. And now the gaps, well, Arendaz is going to catch Pitchmunch if he hasn't already pitted. No, he's not pitted on that lap. Arendaz is going to catch him, but I can't see where the battle's going to come from apart from this one for 7th. Mexizu's in the pits. João Paulo is probably going to get a very easy pass done into turn 2 here. See if it defends. Not really sure why, because you're going to get past them behind the car left behind anyway. Pretty pointless if you ask me.
Paulo was he wasn't using it. So I can't see any reason for that, as he picked up a penalty as well as the yellow at the end of the lap.
Oh, Pigeon Munch. Pigeon Munch is round. Oh, we didn't catch that, but he was round at turn 5. Not sure if there's any damage or whether we even had
No, I saw some
down.
debris on the track. So, debris come off a
Yeah,
car.
that's from him.
Whether he's
Yeah,
lost it on his own, or whether he's had contact with an impatient Dazzler. We didn't catch it, but that's Pigeon Munch's good work brewing. Because when he hits, he'll be probably behind Numeric Birch. He'll be ahead of Z2, but not good for Pigeon Munch there, very unfortunate. Obviously we don't know if he's lost it on his own or he's been taken out, in which case it's extra unfortunate, but that will give some people extra points who might not have them. Nathan will be promoted tonight, but with his penalties, that will probably not remain the case, especially as he has Numeric Birch to back him. But Pigeon Munch forced to pit. I suspect he would have been coming in pretty soon anyway. And yeah, unfortunate for him. And he pits, which will be for a new front wingers. Mike has now got in outside his DRS, who's dropped back significantly from John. I don't know where the pace has come from. On these moving cars, but John turned it up a notch. Of course, there's a lot of penalties, so he's going to have to turn it up even more if he wants to maintain the podium. But at the moment, good pace from John. Only 5 seconds behind Dazzler, but he has been the penalty from Dazzler, so that's also pretty irrelevant in the grand scheme of things.
It is a bit unfortunate that that's sort of what's going to be determining the positions in this race, but at the end of the day, mistakes have been made and he has to pay the price, unfortunately. Let's go on board with the battle for 9th place. Numeric Birch, as you mentioned, is new, and this is his first race.
Yes,
So
it is, yes.
It is his first race, so we're going to give him a bit of screen time for a battle between himself and Nathan trying to recover ground after what was a disastrous lap one. So he's going to go all the way on the hard tyres, you would suspect, to the end. Probably not going to have a great deal of pace, has all the penalties in the world, but to say, on to the next one probably for Nathan. But he can get a bit of screen time as well if Birch can close up the gap, who does have a significant tyre advantage. Use a bit of that energy, son. He's 100% throughout the entire middle sector. He could have used a lot, as he is now through into sector 3, sort of closing that gap using slipstream DRS.
Mike's going to pass Antonis there.
Oh, hello.
Antonis is letting go, he's from miles back. Antonis not using any of the DRS, so I think Mike and Antonis will be in a party together, and Mike filling the gap to John, getting a bit too big for his life here, so Antonis maybe a bit slow. Can I get through there? Antonis has the bar. Mike come into 4th, which as it stands is a net 3rd, and Nathan picks up with, I think it's the 6th penalty. And yeah, Mike, I will check, but I don't think I want to finish race director.
If you hear the sound of a man vomiting, it is James looking at the race director.
It is a stick.
I do not blame him.
You got Michael doing some 3 laps from lap 11 to the first team.
Jesus Christ.
That's a Pigeon Munch now. Also points the penalty cup, but with Danny is the only driver without one.
And Danny, who's also been the quickest on track today as well, so it does show you if you just stay within the rounds of the track, you'll still be quick. So any of you lot were just watching this, you know, after this race, stop cutting. It's not good for you. Not good for your health, it's not good for your race time, it's not good for your position, just not good. As what is being good is, say, the battles in this race, as say we had the John Antomas battle quite early on, it's now sort of Antomas and Mike. I can't imagine Antomas is going to really go on the offensive too much here. We do have that battle for 6th and 7th as well.
Pigeon Munch
João
on
Paulo
the move,
quite behind.
on the fresh softs. He'll pass Birch and probably Aitken in quick succession, but I think he's going to struggle to get any further up than 9th, which is a bit of a shame, given he probably, if he hadn't crashed, maybe looking at even challenging. Nah, probably not Antomas, but it probably would have been a stick place for him, but Numeric Birch will be pretty easy beat on the pit straight. He's dropped back a bit from Nathan at the last lap or so, as pretty much testifies of that. In the process, he'll have the DRS, and there won't be anything that Birch can do. And unfortunately, he goes to the inside and pretty much able to drive by that, and that's how it is. It's really like, he was at a point saying,
actually going to go on board Mr. Pitchmunch throughout the remainder of this lap. Let's see how much of this 2.0 second gap now to Nathan Aitken he can recover, as he's gained like 3 or 4 tenths on the run through turn 3 there already. So that just shows the difference between a fresh set of softs and aging set of hard tyres. Is probably a good 2 to 3 seconds a lap quicker at this stage. That would be my guess, as that gap, which was 2 seconds, has effectively halved, as there has been a pass for 6th place Sergio Paulo. Stop it, Nathan! I'm trying to commentate. Stop getting penalties. There's been a position change there for 6th, as Nathan has been rather caught up on this lap. Is Mr. Pitchmunch going to be able to get enough of a run to get Nathan into the start of sector 3 here? No, I don't believe he is. Ooh. Mr. Pitchmunch actually braking a bit early. Lifting. A bit of an odd one there, as he's now going to be frustrated because the pace difference between these two is massive, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets him into the penultimate corner, so it should be the run he's probably going to get here.
Not that close.
Probably a bit too far. I think he'll get the overtake done in. I would put money on him.
He's set to pass that again, despite being held back in the last outlet. He is going to charge, and Aitken goes to the outside, looking at the cuts back to the inside, and easy lead for him once again as he moves up and doubles his current point tally for 10 seconds in, well, 9 laps including this one, as Aitken actually back.
Where did that come from? I was just on the normal onboard. Mr. Pitchmunch, this is a big shock to me. I think to anyone who's watching this as well. I was not expecting that. So Nathan fighting back there on tyres which are a good couple of seconds a lap slower. So, wow, Mr. Pitchmunch is going to be ruining whatever mistake he made. I didn't even look like he made any mistake, to be quite honest. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
I would it 30 seconds of penalty to be disqualified.
It's around that mark. It's not set in stone in the game coding, I don't think. It can range. I think I've seen people disqualified from 8 penalties before. I've seen it go up to like 11 or 12. So I'm not sure what the criteria is, but yeah, 10 you're probably looking at. I wouldn't be surprised. And he's got 8 more laps after this one. Nathan man on the track.
I'm just looking at the race times, and all of them are exceeding track limits and the corner after all penalties and box recording. But Nathan has gone for an unique time. I don't know if I've ever seen it before. But I'm assuming there's just another watch for corner cutting, but he's been corner cutting so much that that's come up with something else. As pretty much goes to the outside this time. Nathan late on the brakes once again, but he squeezed a little bit, everyone's quite aggressive there, probably wasn't very happy with being held up for another lap, and Nathan goes into half spin and pretty much takes 9th place. He didn't actually lose much time for sure from that lap, but it's just another lap which he isn't able to get in time, and I think anything higher than 9th is probably out of the question for the Renault driver.
Yeah, Nathan's pretty much out of ERS season as well. He's now back recovering it. So he's used everything he possibly could just to have a battle which he was never going to win in the first place. So I do feel a bit sorry for him. I'll stop going at you now, Nathan, until you get another penalty and something that you get disqualified. I'll stop for the moment. So yeah, Mr. Pitchmunch, 9 seconds, 7 laps roughly. It's possible. I mean, Jort's not really set the world alight. It's not his favourite track by any stretch of the imagination. As I say, he's probably a little bit dejected and just running in a really, really lonely race after the lap 1 incident and that wing change as well. Not being a great day for the Championship Challenger there, and the points gap at the top, providing it stays as it is going to really extend, as João Paulo's not going to make a move. I'm just going to try and work out. So 8th, you get 4 points. Oh, João Paulo. Close. Yeah, it's a 19-point swing. 21, I can't count. 21 points. Brilliant.
Nathan had enough of those tires. He wants the fastest lap. Not that he'll get any points for it, because he's not finishing in the top 10, but I admire it anyway. That's what we used to do when we were having bad races.
Yeah, he's going to try and corner cut quickly. doing there. But yeah, only really a couple of battles now on track. So this battle 6, which has been quite a good one. And also Antamaz is sort of following. Mike's made a bit of a mistake there into sector 3. Nathan!
We're not going to get John says past that with Joe Paolo really passes too far.
Oh!
There we go. So much for the well, it was coming. Been seeing it from quite a long way away, and it gets words. As Danny picks up a penalty, so now everyone has a penalty. And
I realise those are L's.
Yeah. And you know what? John has a chance here to secure third place. I think he needs how many seconds does he need? He needs 8 seconds on Antamaz and Mike unless they pick up any more penalties. So difficult but not impossible. His pace has been better significantly in this second. It was surprising given how much slower he was in the first bit, but up at nearly 6 seconds as he's now really far apart. He might start to drop back again after seeming to have superior pace earlier. So higher red card maybe coming in to get the Mike who's dropping well back from Antamaz. Decided to step on it after Mike let him off this time round and wants to make sure he secures the podium.
So I think Mike is a bad user. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, he's not.
He's not?
No. You really don't know? No, he definitely is.
I don't know why.
No,
I apologise, Mike.
I promise you.
You are a real user, so there is actually no excuse for your lack of pace at the moment.
Say it how it is.
Right.
Joe Paolo has...
So it is. I wouldn't say lack of pace. It's quicker than what I can do. I would be
no one
this way.
in the ILRs. In the whole field. And Joe Paolo has stepped the pace up, but I think he has one more penalty to see there, so if that is the case, I should check now. Joe Paolo has, in fact, 3 penalties. Seafair has 2. So if Seafair is able to stay within 3 seconds of the Premier in the remaining 5 laps in this one, he will pick up that sitting pace, which will be, I think, especially after the season, it's been quite good drives from both of this pair actually. Just 57 and 50 on a limited number of grid here, which is limited even further by Ewan deciding to disconnect himself for the start. Yeah, 2 drives from both these 2, they've kept it together pretty much, and if nothing goes wrong, we'll be rewarded with some points.
Yeah, you've got to be in it to win it. And as I say, they've probably not been the quickest people ever, but you can't admire their spirit and determination to actually get to the finish of these races, because a lot of league races, if they have a bit of a bad race, pace off, they have one little instant, they can retire, and I include myself in that. We've all done it, we've all been there, but they're persisting. They've always persisted when they've had races which have not gone well, and it's paying dividends today. It's Sifa on for at least the 7th place, you would say, potentially 6th as well. Some good points for him, and probably a morale boosting result as well. So it's good to see that. It is good to see that, because they are good guys as well. So that is good. What isn't good really is Mr. Pigeonmunch not really closing that gap to George. I think that battle which Pigeonmunch had, no, not quick enough. I think the battle which he had with Nathan is really, maybe burned his tyres a little bit. It's definitely limited the amount of time which he had to close, as you quite rightly said, James, early on, which is a bit of a shame because it would have been another battle on track. Say 6.89 at the moment, 4 laps to go. Cannot see that one being closed up quick enough. It's been less than a second lap over the last few. The gaps are just really spaced out. No one's within a second of each other. It is just a case of now who could not put the pennies to the end, who could not put it in the wall. I can't imagine it's going to chuck it down in the next few laps. We are basically just waiting for the end of this race. I know that sounds really depressing,
but it's true.
It is true. There is nothing to get excited about here at this moment. And see, oh no, he's within a second. He's within a second, and Gera's slightly flashing, but I don't think he actually got it. I think it was over a second by the detection.
Yeah,
let's just unstraight. There was a flashing light there for some reason on the telemetry.
I didn't even get it. I didn't get that on my screen. Paymaster's after it again. But yeah, what's also been told is John and Mitchell's trying to keep third place. So unless Ant-Man and Mike both pick up penalties in the remaining 3 laps there, it'll be John finishing down in 5th there as Ant-Man has up the pace sufficiently. Although I will check their warning.
Yep, that'll be a wise thing to do. So let's see if it's just about keeping within sort of range. Oh, it's really trying to break the slipstream there. That's quite an interesting manoeuvre on the straight. I'm going to say Mike's not really... As I say, Mike really did close up when them two were battling, but let's say 5th is probably where he's going to finish. Definitely on track and probably in reality as well after penalties are all totaled up. As I say, I don't think we're going to be able to work it out properly. We'll be able to work out a few positions, but properly when we get to the end of the race. See what Codemasters chucks at us.
I think Anthony may jump John, but Mike may not, unless if they don't pick up any more penalties. They're both 1 warning away from a second penalty, which would secure 3rd place for John. If they were to pick one up, and John may have the pace to get that 8 second gap over Mike anyway in these last 2 laps. As Steve said, just missing out on DRS once again.
Yes, this has become really a static battle between the two. It's always teetering on the edge of a second gap, sometimes under, sometimes over in the station. So João Paulo's doing just about enough to say this is going to be a good result for him as well, albeit considered 6th. I'm not sure what his best result of the season is. Let me have a look. Got the championship standings here. João Paulo's best result is 7th in Canada, so if he can maintain, well, he's got 1 more penalty, yellow sector. Oh no!
What's that?
That turn wasn't both race. How's he done that?
He wasn't close enough to answer, he was over a second behind. That is very weird. And he's not going to pick up any points because there are still 11, well now 10, who's retired, runners in the race. So he'll be relegated to 11th in the classification unless someone else decides to join Nathan in the disqualification club. And yeah, unbelievable. Very, very good place to crash. And that does secure 4th for John and H. But in very weird circumstances, we'll have to find out what happened.
The way I'm going to say, Mexi's is going to get a point for his efforts. So I said they don't retire after a bad race. He's getting rewarded. He is for persisting. And he'll probably claim that. Merritt Burgess set up to pick a couple of points on his debut race as well. Decent effort from him. So Pitch and Munch still too far behind as Danny has just started his final lap. And you would say... he is. That's something to go on board with, but you would say with Danny, really, it has been a championship-worthy drive today. Put under pretty significant pressure on the start by Aaron Dansler, and he's just held his own. Got probably a little bit lucky with how the pit stops happened in terms of the gaps formed during that. A bit of a game issue as Sifa, he's increasing his energy. He's going to be waiting for that last possible opportunity into the 3rd sector. But going back on board with Danny quick, yeah.
Lag.
I've gone quiet. Probably lag.
No, it lagged for a second. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, doesn't actually need to pass João Paulo. Just to remind you, because João Paulo has 9 seconds. Where, it'll probably arc for whatever the next check is. As Anton's picked up a penalty, and John and H is going to pick up a podium.
Danny's got the engine glitch. Oh. I don't want to go on board with him, I'm going to have to do the...
It's fine. Never mind that, Danny. That's just a couple of corners to go.
Yeah, I was also saying it has been a championship worthy drive as he is going to almost double, in fact more than double his advantage. So Danny wins the Russian Grand Prix. Fantastic drive from him, and Dazzler kept him honest, quick throughout, takes second place. John is third on the road. Is he going to keep that? I think he's just about, yeah, Antman's with that crucial penalty coming home in fourth, and 9 is the gap. He would have had third. Is Sifa going to try a move on João Paulo? I don't think he is. I think he knows that he's going to take fifth place away from the Brazilian driver. Nevertheless, fantastic battle, fantastic race, and both of them picking up season best results for both. And Jork, well, just unfortunate from lap 1, and when you get something like, you can never recover that, and yeah, that's what he thinks to that. He is waving goodbye to this race on a bit of a bad note. Mr. Pitch and Munch, again, a bit unfortunate. We didn't see what happened, but he's coming across the line in 8th. Merritt Birch did spin. Is he going to keep hold of 9th from Mexizu? I'm not sure what the penalty situation is like.
I think Birch has quite a lot actually, but I think he may take a couple of points away from the Red Bull driver on his debut. We'll see how it turns out indeed. But it's still a point for Birch on his debut. May have been tripped and spun in the last lap. He spun actually in the same place by Moat Crash, so maybe someone put some oil down there. Definitely in the game. But yeah, I'd also like to correct your statement. Because of Mike's crash, Danny didn't double his championship lead. It's now 39
points. Did he?
But he was the deserving
winner.
Almost. And takes home the trophy. Congrats to him. Very good drive. And as you say, worthy of champion. The champion's drive, maybe. He becomes the first person to pick up 3 wins this season. Dazzler joins him on the podium. Or maybe his 3rd podium of the season, and John M.H. picks up his first podium for quite some time. But yeah, very entertaining race by Russian standards. No battle for the lead, apart from sort of
the penalties.
Stages. And everyone had a penalty, because he's retired on that one. But it was Danny who took the win, as we mentioned. The top 3 had already been covered. And taking out that crucial penalty on the last lap, which cost him a podium here. Mexi Fair, solid drive to 5th, his best result of the season, also followed by João Paulo with his best result of the season in 6th. Jork will be disappointed with 7th, as he now has a mountain to climb in the championship with tracks that don't really suit him coming up, apart from maybe USA. And Pigeon Bunch as also with an instant down in 8th. Mexizu nicking 9th on the last lap, which Birch would have kept if he hadn't spun. And that rounds out our finishes. Umpy retired on lap 1. Mike, God knows what happened with him. And Nathan, we won't talk about his penalties, but no points for him either.
Disgraceful. But yeah, as you say, Jordan's not really got many good tracks, but he did win the most famous US Grand Prix ever. League racing. He did win that, so he has got form there.
Yeah, I picked up an Antmas S penalty with a couple of laps to go, I think on the last corner of the penultimate lap. Yes, you never know. Yeah. Still 5 races to go. Anything can happen, as we saw in Singapore. But yeah, we'll get the drivers in and we'll have a chat. Is it a coin toss again?
Coin toss? I don't really know. You do that, because if I do that, it like interrupts the stream and we don't.
Yeah,
really
I'm doing that.
Yeah. But yeah, very well, decently entertaining race. There were some lulls in that, as sort of expected, some gaps. You know, do going a bit too much, but what can you do? That is racing at the end of the day. You do get some absolute thrillers like last week. You get some slightly less ones like this week, but there was enough to keep us awake. And these 3, which are hopefully all 3, enjoying the party, definitely kept awake more than anyone in that race. I don't really know what I'm saying now. Bit too tired. Make sure you tick the box. You're all used to that by now. You get enough podiums as it is. Is John gonna join us?
I've invited him. I don't think I've been here when he's got a podium in the past. He should do. I think he's had podiums before. I'll invite him again.
Has he got a gamer tag change? Who was he before?
He's changed it. He was John M.H. originally, then he changed to Sync.
Oh, he's
and then he's left Sync. Oh, is he not? Okay.
No, his best result before today was 7th this season.
Really?
Oh God.
Oh, dear.
Apparently.
Wow.
According to this
I really
table.
thought
I don't know what he got in
I really
Singapore,
thought he had one.
to be fair. Don't know what he got in Singapore.
Well,
That's
he
not
didn't get a
updated.
podium there.
Well, best
he's
result of
not
the
joining.
season.
Ah. More credit to him than I gave him then, because I thought he'd had a podium already. But no, yeah. I guess we'll start without him if he's not joining. And we'll do
Who's
a
doing?
two-man.
Who's doing it?
Well, do you want to toss a coin again? Or?
Yes. No, I don't want to. I'm just going to do it. Because I don't think
Go
I did
on.
it last time. Hello, Danny. Hello. Congratulations on what I described, and I think James probably agreed with me, is a champion's worthy drive. Of course, there is a few races to go, but you have extended your championship lead. I made the mistake of saying you doubled it. You hadn't quite. You're 1 point off because of incidents in the last few laps, but you've extended your gap now to 39 points, barring anything. So congratulations to you. As I say, decent pressure at the start from Aaron down to the bit. It looked like you kept control. The pit stops played a pretty pivotal role, but you kept your cool. So as I say, just describe your race from your point of view.
Yeah, I'm just happy to finally win from pole. I think that's the last 3 races I started on pole and wasn't able to convert it. So I was determined today not to fall, foul of any strategy. I think last 2 races it was Aaron in Italy and Joke in Singapore, which I was strategized, if that's the word. So yeah, I was just thought I'd pit as early as I could, and luckily Aaron pit the same lap. And yeah, once I got a little bit lucky in the pit stop races. Once that gap was over a second, the DRS was not in the question. I felt as though I could control it a little bit better. Pigeon was didn't help. I don't know why he was fighting that hard. I thought I was going to end up in the wall at one point, but yeah. And then when I realised Aaron had the penalties he did, I thought, well, there's no point in pushing this now and risking something like what happened with Mike at the end. So yeah, I'm just happy that's over, because it's not a really fun track, is it?
Well, it's alright to drive, but it can get a bit tedious. As I say, at least we have one happy Mercedes driver, which is something. So yeah, congratulations to you. As I say, you have, was it 39 points we worked out? 5 races to go in the championship running. You must have a good amount of confidence heading into the final sort of 5 races.
Yeah, I do, yeah, but I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. I know that's a boring answer, but look what happened last week. Joke on the
Come on.
joke on the pad in Singapore won, so anything can happen. But yeah, of course I'm happy. To have to. I'd rather be in my position, obviously, than Joke's. So yeah, I'm obviously looking forward to. Well, to be fair, we've got 5 weeks in between the next race and the one after that.
We do.
So yeah, I think we've got next week's and then the 5-week break. So I'll leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. But, yeah.
Well, on that drastic news, I'm going to turn to Aaron. I've completely forgot about that. Hi, Aaron. I know you're really quiet.
Not bad.
That's a lot better. Well, firstly, congratulations on your result today. Unfortunately, I think Danny just about had the measure at the front, but second place is still a very good result for yourself. Good points. Yeah, just talk us through your race, especially sort of the battle or slight battle you had at the start of the race.
Yeah, it was good. It was a bit boring. I hope it was a bit better for you guys to watch, but yeah, the first few laps, I was just staying in the DRS. My pace wasn't too great around this track, but yeah, I stayed in the DRS. I think we pitted lap 8. I didn't actually do any practice in the race, so I got told to pit lap 6, but I thought lap 6 sounds a bit too early, so I just thought I'd follow whenever Daddy goes, because I had no idea what I was doing. So I pitted the same lap as him, and then I didn't get held up in the pits by anyone. It's just my pedal, the clutch pedal, well, the upshift pedal, not pedal, but you know what I mean. Upshift got stuck. It gets stuck sometimes, and it got stuck in the pits, so I lost about a second and a bit. And then from there, it was a bit of a boring race. Just actually, all I did was pick up penalties, really. But yeah, that was all my fault, really. Lack of
Maybe
practice.
points.
Yeah, second place is not bad, but my pace wasn't good. Penalties weren't good. There wasn't too much good about it. It was alright.
Stop putting yourself down.
Yeah,
18 points is a good result, and you don't have to race this track now for a while.
True.
unless you do a
The first time
blitz.
I did this track was about half an hour before the race.
And you don't have to subject yourself to that misery anymore, which is fantastic. I don't think John's joining us, is he? I've got a sneaking suspicion. I think you can tell the way this stream has sort of gone, really. With how this sort of track is, the professionality just goes out the window, really. So it's been a good laugh, nevertheless. I think a slightly stress-free one, which has been good. And we have, what is the next race? Japan?
Japan.
Japan. And then a very long gap over Christmas and New Year. As I say, no one wants to be racing around that sort of time. Everyone wants to be spending it with family, you know, loved ones, friends, you know, whoever else. As I say, if I don't commentate on another stream, or the next one, I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone who is watching. Because I might not have an opportunity to do it. Stay safe throughout that period. And so, James, do you have anything to add from tonight?
No. Thanks for chatting to us, guys. And yeah, as Joe said, I'll probably see you next week. But if I don't echo his thoughts about Christmas, even though it's still November. But yeah, I think that's it.
Less than 4 weeks. We can get into the festive spirit, but no Christmas songs. Especially that Mariah Carey one. I swear to God, it is the worst thing ever. I know I'm saying this on stream. If any of you tweet that at me ever, you're blocked. I don't care who you are. Worst thing ever. I'm going to end it there before I go on a rant. It's been a pleasure. See you next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. Goodbye.